Hey, how's it going? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome to Era of Chaos. I want to give a massive shout out before we get started to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video. Their sponsorships like this really help out the channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys like what you see in Era of Chaos to go ahead and use my link down below in the description to go ahead and get yourself set up and check out the game for yourself. And, straight away, I want to say that this game is a ton of fun. As you can see, I'm level 29 in the game, and that wasn't required at all in the sponsorship, so I've been playing this a ton by myself and just, checking in every day to get my level ups and stuff like that. So yeah, it's great. So if you want to know more about Era of Chaos, basically it is a strategy game that allows you to take on the role of a mighty hero. You can see for me that I have 2 heroes unlocked so far. This is my current hero. She's really the strongest. She's kind of like the starter one you get, but I've leveled up pretty nicely. You get access to a ton of spells, but that's only part of the battle. You also level up and get a ton of extra units, which you can then put on the battlefield, and you can move around these units all over. Some units are like secluded to the back row, some units are secluded to the front, and some can kind of go all over, and you can basically mix and match this as you level up. You get access to more units, and I believe there's something along the lines of 20 heroes and 80 creatures, so you can really come up with some pretty crazy strategy. So yeah, as you can see, the strategy really starts to come into the game when you do start to unlock more and more units. And again, something I want to say before we do get stuck into the campaign of this game is that this has seemed to be extremely free-to-play friendly as well. I've been playing for about 2 weeks now, and you constantly get unlocks, you constantly get like boxes to level up and loads of gems to get more energy, so I very rarely find myself energy locked in this game, which is again a really positive thing. I have to go ahead and give props to the game. So in the game, there's several ways you can level up. There's loads of stuff to do, which again is another really positive thing about the game, is that I always found myself going from one area to another, to kind of keep things nice and fresh. But there is quite a large campaign, which the campaign gives you great bonuses to level up your units, which you can see right now. It's for heroes, sorry. I've personally leveled up my units pretty heavily right now, I would say. I've got my wood elves are the highest level I have, and you can just see some of the units that you can unlock as well. I guess we should look through that as well. Yeah, so right now I'm running a team with wood elves, iron golems, marksmen, swordsmen, cavaliers, monks, and centaurs, but I'm not really sure if I want these guys in the army or not. So I've got a heavy kind of strategy on this defensive shield, kind of front line with the iron golems, swordsmen, and the centaurs, and then I've got a really deadly back line of archers and crossbows to hammer away, and you'll see that how effective that is. So yeah, in the campaign you go through all these different chapters. You basically go in and you take on all these different objectives, and by completing them by getting 3 stars, you get a ton of resources that you can then reinvest into your armies. So at the moment I'm currently playing one of the story missions, and one of the cool things about the story missions is the fact that you can actually play as one of the characters, and if you complete all the story missions you unlock that character that you can play on all the other different game modes, which again is really cool. So right now I've got this kind of awesome looking guy right here. He has some super powerful abilities, and yeah, I can just kind of run through the story with him kicking ass, or what I could do is I could just play one of my current heroes right now. So again, she is my strongest hero right now, and as you can see, she actually provides bonuses to my army. She gives everyone who's kind of like her faction a high morale, which allows them to do a lot of more damage, and she also upgrades these swordsmen into Iron Crusaders. Again, if I was to take her out, you suddenly see these guys like demos. So heroes can provide some really good bonuses. You can see all these different bonuses they get as well, so you can really specify and specifically choose what type of setup you want on the battlefield. You also get to see the enemy formation as well before starting the battle, so you can kind of tailor what you want. So he's got a front line of 2 defensive units. I'll match that with my defensive units, or I could decide to stick in maybe a unit of my pikemen who are an offensive unit, which go ahead and armor break their units. And that's actually something I'm probably going to do, because there's no way to flank with cavalry. Cavalry can kind of sneak around the back lines and get to the missiles at the back, which I don't necessarily need to do. So let's actually go ahead and select, let's select this unit of pikemen. They're not really that heavily leveled up, but I can definitely stick them in. And we're going to use them in the center to basically go ahead and armor break some of their defensive units. We'll stick my Iron Crusaders on the flank. And then I'll stick my missiles like this, so they'll focus down the unit that this offensive unit is breaking. And all the other units should just hold the line very, very effectively. So right off the bat, guys, you can immediately see how much strategy goes into preparing your formation. You want to get good combos of all the different units. And the fact that there are 20 heroes with, there's 20 heroes with 80 different units, you can see all the different combinations that do go down. So the battle does play out like this. Obviously your formation makes a big difference to what happened, and now because of my hero I can use some of my hero spells. So I have this ability that goes ahead and buffs the melee attack of my units by 72%, and then what I can also do is I can combo that with this ability that increases the attack speed, and I can just do some insane damage. So look how quickly these units do melt. And as units tend to fight and they level up their kind of bar during the battle, they get these ultimate abilities. So for example, you're seeing Exploding Arrow go off right now. That's going to do some more damage. The monks go ahead and heal units, which is really good. Rain of Arrows is a great combo maker with my buffs because it goes ahead and gives them a faster attack speed. And then you have some offensive spells. So I have an ultimate ability like this called Blizzard, and that will just do so much damage. Yeah, you can see so much damage. Look at that, basically one-shotting the unit. And that's why it's a good idea not to clump up your units like I'm doing, but I'm kind of getting away with it. This is also my other ability. It's basically like a stun and does some damage. And you can basically just, clear up the battlefield pretty nicely. You get a nice little picture of your MVP unit. I did it in just under a minute, so I got all 3 stars. Some of my units leveled up, and I got some pretty nice abilities, which is great. And as you continue to go through this, oh my god, look at that bad boy. Yeah, as you continue to go through the story, obviously you go through this path, and as you go through it, you unlock new units. You have other people you can battle the Inferno King, and he'll give you some pretty good abilities, bonuses. So yeah, why not? There's generally stuff on the side that gives you extra bonuses. Okay, so heroes in this. I mean, if we take a look at him, he's just going to be one guy, but he's going to be hella strong. You can see his power is 42,000 and mine is just 43,000. So I imagine he probably has some really good AoE abilities. So I probably want to try and keep my units away as far as possible. So I'm going to do this. So my reasoning, my strategy behind this is the fact that I've got my defensive units here, which will hopefully tank him. The offensive units will come in and try and like armor break him, and then I'll have like a unit back that can come in, and basically my guys will just be back here trying to avoid any like heavy missile fire that does come in, like any AoE back abilities. I basically just don't want to clump up is what I'm getting. It's kind of bad because it means that I don't get to use all my buff spells. I don't get to use all my buff spells to kind of counteract that. I can't clump up. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was very scared. He just one-shots one of my units. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and try and stun him with that Earth Arrow. And let's go on normal speed for now. Yeah, he's done a lot of damage. Okay, well, we've got a lot of units built up here. So let's go ahead and just buff these guys up. Let's give these guys more attack. And just give them high morale. And just let my, like, infantry units, which don't tend to really be the huge damage dealers in my army, go in. I think another stun would be good. Just, like, stunning him is great. But, yeah, losing my missiles was huge. I was not expecting to lose that quickly. And I just don't think we have enough abilities here to bring him down. I could try and save for a blizzard. I don't know if that's going to save me. I feel like he's gearing up for attack here. He just does so much damage. Even with... Unless this does, like, a crazy amount of damage. Maybe we could stun him as well. Yeah, unfortunately we haven't got him this time, but we definitely came close. Maybe like a buff. Okay, so we failed that time, but now let's think about what we can do to beat him this time. So now that we know that he jumps backwards, let's battle him again. So we know he jumps into my back lines, right? So maybe what we do is we stick some like infantry like this. I definitely think bringing the knights on, because they're a higher level, would be good, and they also give like... So that's also a cool thing. I don't quite understand it, but I know when you bring units into the field, they kind of have like a auto chess style, like, you know, because I've got 3 ranges, I get a certain bonus, but I'm not really too sure where that is shown anywhere. But you see stuff pop up, so I can only assume I can do it. I also have another hero I could try and use if I wanted to. That's definitely a possibility. So yeah, let's just try and keep our units as far away as possible. He jumped to like here last time, so maybe what we can try and do is we can just like stockpile over here and try and get him to avoid our units back here so they can do a lot of damage. So let's see how effective that is. We've changed up our strategy. We'll see if it works. I mean, I could just not be strong enough to take him down, but we'll see. So what's he going to do? He's going to teleport in again? Probably, right? So oh, this is perfect for me. So I want to stun him right away. I want to keep that stun lock on him. And then obviously, as I said, I want to buff these guys up as much as possible. All my magic. Oh, he just banged out my... he banged out 2 of my units back there, but my high elves are still alive. Not anymore. Let's stun him again. As he goes to do a spell, I stunned him. That was perfect. And we should see him down. Come on, bring him down. Oh my god, this is close. This is close. Maybe some magic. Yeah, stunned him. Perfect. We did it that time. And as you can see, you get some really nice unlocks by killing these bonuses. Some really good 40 spell scrolls. That's big. That gives you a big boost. Can we battle him again? No, we can't battle him again, unfortunately. Which is fine. So let's just move on to the next one right now. And we'll take on this one. So generally, these are kind of like small ones that just kind of make you think. And then you build up more of an offensive... roster, like kind of on certain stages in the campaign. I think I'm on chapter 6 or 7 so far. And I've definitely noticed that things do get a lot more difficult as you build up. And then some missions can be like really easy. Let's stun them guys in the back. Let our missiles continue to go out. And yeah, this is a slaughter. Let's save up our blizzard and we'll blizzard all of this. So this is like a huge spell that we have. This is my ultimate. And yeah, you can see the damage she comes in. Again, let's try and stun the back units. Our cavalry has got around the side. Missiles coming in. I guess we could bonus these guys up again just to do a little bit more damage. My main like damage dealing units in this game are definitely my elves and my crossbows. And the cool thing is as well, like I'm using a lot, like I would say 4 of the units that I'm using are the starting units and they're really strong. You unlock them and you get access to them very, very early on. Cool, let's move up again. We'll go on to the next one. This should be the last one in the story mission, which is great. And this is a castle siege, which is always good. So you have some really cool stories going on in the background. I'm not really too fussed about the story, if I'm honest. And now let's use the story hero, because he does crazy damage. So again, just kind of similar setup. Let's try and spread out a little bit so we don't get focused down. We'll leave the monks in the back so they can just heal people with their ultimate. And let's dive in once again to try and move in. So yeah, you can see the castle siege is set up, so we need to break our way through the main wall before we can get onto the back units. Oh no, we're not going to have the devil. Oh my god. I can see his like scythe right there. Is he going to... oh god, he's appeared. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So let's go on slow mode. Oh no, so let's go on normal speed just for now. So he's teleported in the back, which is really bad for me. But he's going down a lot quicker, especially with that earth arrow as well. We actually killed him perfectly fine. So we have a few abilities. We can decrease the target's attack, which I'm going to do on these back units here. And you can actually see it makes them really smaller. And then we have an increase our own attack, which I'm probably going to do on my elves right here. Again, just to bonus them up because they just do so much. And then we'll save up for this ultimate ability, which just melts units in the back line. It's such a big AoE as well. So we'll do Infernal Flame. And you look at the damage that's going off on these guys. He's going to Gate of Hell me. Oh my god. So Gate of Hell, I think, brings out units for him to use, which is pretty deadly. Pop down another fire spell right there. And like spells like that are really useful because basically what it does is it allows you to bring out a ton more units in the back line and get onto like the archers, which again is really bad for me because that's such a valuable unit. So nice to be 3-starred that as well. Is that everything? Yeah, nice. Story completed. That's absolutely perfect. So we'll move on to the next one, but I want to come back to this chapter. Not only because it gives you some good bonuses, but I want to come back to this chapter and we actually missed a spell as well. So we can battle the Shrine Guardian, and then obviously if we get the Shrine, that will give us some pretty good bonuses. But they actually outnumber me power-wise, so let's probably leave that for now. There's a star that I didn't complete here. Yeah, let's screw it. Let's go back into this. So it's, oh yeah, we'll easily be able to do this now. So we've leveled up a ton since last time. So let's move back in and we'll just clear this one out. I think I just delayed, like I didn't do it fast enough because you get a star for completing, a star for losing a certain amount or not losing a certain amount of units, and then you get a star for completing it in under a minute. And I think I failed last time. So let's save up for Blizzard. They're pretty clumped up. And let's just stick the blizzard right here to clear this all out. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. And then maybe let's earth arrow like here as well. Just stun out these frontal units. Our missiles from the back, our monks are healing everything, which is great. And we're looking to complete this within a minute. And it's getting kind of close. But I think we've got this one. Yeah, perfect. We've leveled up quite nicely since I last did this mission. And by getting every star on the map, we're going to unlock more of these chests. And these chests give you so much stuff. 400 diamonds. That's a lot. That is a lot. And you can see we're getting closer and closer. Another 100 diamonds. Getting closer to actually claiming the hero. Which is, again, you guys seen how powerful he is. So just like that, you know, we've been playing for like 10 minutes maybe. And we've got like 500 gems we can then spend. So the way to level up your units is to either go through this little thing right here, which this is kind of the thing you unlock by doing the campaign and doing other stuff. You unlock keys, and that'll give you resources that you can use to level up your units. That's actually really good from one of these to get a purple. I'm actually getting quite close to unlocking the orcs. So you get a couple free ones, and then you get like, you can just do like 10 keys or 100, and again, like, you get some nice bonuses here, easy way to level up units, which is always nice. And then you have these SR units. Again, you get one free every single day, which is amazing. So you get one free unit, and they'll give you, nice, some swordsmen or pikemen. I can level up my pikemen. And then you get a half price one as well every single day. And again, you get these gems very, very easily. Again, that's really good. I don't think I've, yeah, so you get like pieces of a puzzle. With them units, which you get from them. So you can either unlock the unit right out, or you can just get like pieces, and if you get enough pieces, you then unlock the unit. So it kind of gives a nice feel of progression. But you also get a ton of these from just playing the campaign and doing other stuff throughout the game. Because as I said, there's a ton of different game modes. There's a really good guild system that gives you huge bonuses to like your units, and also to it there's this great open world system where you can move around and like unlock resources, go on adventures, level up with your guild, and again collect more of these units. So for example, I'm going up here because there's elves up here, and if I do this mission, if I recruit these elves, which I do want to do, so I recruited them for some gems, and now what I can do is I can go back here and I can find my elves and I can rank them up here and give them extra bonuses. So by doing that, they just got a little bit stronger, which again is really good, and you can level up their stars very, very effectively. So as you can see, like, it's a great kind of like free-to-play system that I've been running through, and I've been having a ton of fun doing it. So let's just spend the rest of our gems. Why not? Let's just go ahead and go through that. So we've got some centaurs. Again, that's pretty good. We can level up our centaurs from it. And we got some orcs. So nothing too... Or wolf riders, sorry. I actually have, I think, quite a few wolf riders now. So that's great. And again, like, you constantly level up this. I just feel like I'm always doing stuff and always getting diamonds and keys and a lot of bonuses, which is obviously always very positive in a game like this. That's probably where I'm going to wrap up the video. We did some of the story. We leveled up our units. I showed you guys all about the strategy involved, and I feel like there's quite a heavy focus on it, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. I definitely recommend you checking out the game for yourself, because there's a lot to offer and there's a lot of fun stuff to do. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at everything else. I literally clicked this button and there's all these different things that you can check out for yourself. So once again, huge thank you to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video, and I highly recommend you check out this game if this is your sort of thing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and fish out.